I was a roommate with two other guys. One guy split on the rent. Another guy who had the lease on the apartment lost his job. I ended up in the streets. A couple of years, actually. But basically, I was on the street.
I've been homeless out here for a long time. I'm just another artist that got caught up in the mix, you know, of trying to balance everyday life, but at the same time going about my art.
How do you reach out to the homeless? How do you see what's going on with them? Let's make them a bag of goodies, like what you need: clean socks, something to drink, clean t-shirt, some food, bus tokens, you know, sit down and talk to them. Why are you on the streets?
And I started praying, and then I started meeting the Gettlove people, you know?
You know, there's so many things today that need to be addressed. And if we could only focus on how to help one another find comfort in just that space we all hold within, it's our nature to do that.
Gettlove is extremely aware and concerned of a person's integrity, not to be embarrassed or humiliated, not to be judged. However you can suit up and make it in to say, I need some help, we help.
What I started to see Gettlove's role as, to some extent, was facilitating relationships, authentic relationships, in trying to encourage the community around us through joyous ways of celebrating one another's lives, that this was really fruitful.
It was about trying to create conversations, trying to create relationships with our neighbors who are living on the streets.
We try to help them identify what their strengths are, their past successes, and help them build on those to meet the current challenges and rebuild that self-esteem and self-confidence that they need to really thrive.
One day, Keegan mentioned to me, hey, look, how would you like to get into an apartment? I said, you gotta be kidding me. and it went from there. Of course I said yes, but I didn't even believe it at first. I didn't even think something like that was gonna happen, but it did.
What do we offer people in the process of trying to help them rebuild and reintegrate and develop a sense of belonging? Sense of belonging happens when you've been given a way to sit with yourself. And meditation, TM, it really opens that door.
Meditation has helped me tremendously. As far as relieving anxiety, well, like I said, when I was homeless, the stress level is tremendous. So there's been benefits.
What I like more than anything about Transcendental Meditation is that it's so efficient for me, you know? 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, it's like 2 times a day, and that really works for me. And my teacher here told me that I was gonna be able to release the creative juices, and she wasn't lying too. Now I don't ever need to smoke or drink like that to get those creative juices flowing, and that's all thanks to Transcendental Meditation.
The world is yours, it's my world.
I can sleep a lot now, a lot. Go through a full night's sleep, no problem.
Even homeless people have dreams and aspirations, and TM helped me become comfortable in my skin, where it will help the clients start to settle, maybe start remembering some of their dreams, and be able to start living again. And that's what I like about the way Gettlove and TM works together.
You have to try it first before you say anything about it, because it is real good. It works. It works.
I'm certainly less tense than I've ever been before. I'm glad they had the program through Gettlove, and I'm glad I signed on to it.
I truly believe that relationships and communities are the solutions to our ills. But more deeply than that, the most valuable thing is to find that place where we go restore or find our nature. I believe strongly that TM is a means to that nature. It seemed like just the perfect answer.
The goal I have for Gettlove is that we help people discover who they really are, see what their strengths are, build a network of relationships that add meaning to their life, and give people an opportunity to truly belong in this community.
As far as the people that's homeless on the streets, you don't know what you're missing, man. You really don't know what you're missing, you know? Just knowing about Transcendental Meditation and knowing that Gettlove has a program like that, they ain't just getting you off the street. They're trying to make your life better. They're trying to get you to that point where you can be happy again. So get with Gettlove.